guys, my name's Rodney.
Nope.
If you knew that, welcome back.
Keep going.
If not, welcome.
No. We're talking. My name is Rodney, and his name is
Silas.
not important. And today, we're going to talk about
Far From
the
Home.
greatest character in the MCU.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Definitely the best of his kind.
Yikes. Far From Home. Spoiler talk. If you haven't seen Far From Home, I don't know what you're doing. But if you haven't, don't watch this. Don't listen to this. Because we're going to spoil the movie.
Everything.
So, yeah. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Yes,
I
sir.
already said ready. Okay, so the beginning of the movie is... I'm skipping the Mysterio. Like, you don't know what you're doing here or whatever. Because also they made it seem like in the trailer he was talking to Spider-Man, but he wasn't.
No.
The beginning, when they do that little video, like the little tribute, the little crappy tribute with Tony and all them, I didn't like it at first because I thought he made that. Because the beginning of Homecoming,
He made a little video.
right, and it's like the same... I think it's like the same font that he used or something like that.
Yeah, they definitely made it too similar.
Right, that's exactly because I was like, oh, he made this. Oh, this is kind of weird because he actually lived it and he's like making fun of it. But it's for the school and it was really funny.
Yeah.
And I guess the world thinks Captain America's dead because he's in that tribute.
Oh, that's true.
You didn't think about that, did you?
About that, no.
But yeah, that was a good way to start off. And then they showed like, they call it the blip. They showed like their school disappearing, and I thought that was kind of scary until they like make fun of everything. 'Cause that's what this movie does. It's a comedy more than anything.
It is, yeah.
But that was okay. I thought the beginning was slow though. Did you think it was slow?
No.
No, of course not. Why not?
I love it.
Why'd you like it so much?
I don't know. I just love
Holland?
Tom Holland and Zendaya together.
Yeah.
I could take a whole movie on that.
And also, I heard that because I leaned over to you and I was like, this takes place like 3 minutes after Endgame. And it doesn't. It's at least a month after.
Yeah.
And we're just there. We just moved on. It was pretty easy. But, again, I don't know how long it's been. They probably had to move on because they don't have time.
Yeah.
They don't have time. And they had to do the school year over. That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So... he's going on his school trip with the two teachers who are hilarious.
I love the one teacher.
Which one?
The white guy. I don't know his name.
Martin Starr.
Mr.
Harrington?
Yeah. He's the typical just teacher.
Do you think that his first name is Steve and that 30 years ago he was fighting demigorgons?
I think it's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
I look forward to how they tied that in.
Yikes. That'd actually be crazy. Anyway, yeah, they go on a school trip, and it's all fun and games, and then all of a sudden, what people were calling Hydro Man comes out of nowhere, and he's wrecking shop, and Mysterio comes along, and something I noticed about the score, clearly wasn't that memorable because I can't think of the tune, but the score when Mysterio comes in, it's like really triumphant.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, when he turns later, it's the same score, but it's like, like it's a scary version.
Yeah.
And that's just John Watts, who's the director of this movie. I put in my title. He flexed.
Mm-hmm.
He flexed on us because I know you're finally starting to see like direction in movies.
Yes.
Can't you tell that the first one he was like, John Watts was like, okay, I'm making a movie. We'll see how this goes. And then this one he was like, no.
He went all out.
He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mysterio comes in and he saves the day,
and
he's so cool, and I love him.
Yeah, he's really good.
Did you buy it at all that he was gonna actually be good?
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did buy it.
I didn't, because when I leaned over,
I had no idea.
We can skip around.
How they were going to, like, show that he wasn't good.
And the thing is, I was like, man, they're really watering down Mysterio. They're really watering down Gyllenhaal because he's like a crazy flamboyant actor. He likes to, do crazy roles. And as soon as he gives him the glasses, and I was like, man, he looks like Tony Stark.
He just flipped a switch.
And Okay, Drake. He gets the glasses and they play the little dun, 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 and I'm like, man, you sons of guns. I don't buy it. But they had people like you, and they had people who didn't know the story of Mysterio. And as soon as Peter leaves and the people start to disappear, and he just goes, was that so hard?
I love when they do that in movies.
I was like,
where you can like see them change in their facial expressions.
I was like, so there is Gyllenhaal, and then he's just insane for the rest of the movie. He's screaming. And you could tell that he genuinely likes Peter, because when we get that whole exposition dump, which is, I don't care, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I liked it too.
That's the way you do it. You get someone like Gyllenhaal to just spout nonsense and to like change the MCU, because apparently he was there and behind the curtain for Civil War, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I wish he was like actually there.
Yeah.
But whatever. And then they have the guy from Iron Man. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I didn't even notice.
I didn't recognize him.
Because I was like, there's no way they brought back Jeff Bridges to reshoot that scene. And I watched the scene. It's the same scene that they show from Iron Man.
Yeah.
And he just goes crazy. Did you like his turn? Because I know I wish he stayed good, but as soon as he turned, I was like, I'm good with it.
Yeah, no, I was fine with it as well.
You're fine with it?
Yeah.
You wish he still stayed good?
I mean, I just loved the relationship between him and Peter. I wish we got more of that.
You know what's funny about, I just thought about his turn. And they did a really good job with that, because the second time I saw it, when he sacrifices himself, and he's like, if I die, I don't know, whatever he says.
Yeah.
I hope I talk to you again or whatever. I'm like, no, no, he's bad. And then he defeats the elementals, and I'm thinking, okay, now who are we fighting? And I'm like, oh wait, it's Mysterio.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Which brings us to another thing that I didn't buy from the second I saw it in the trailer, and that was the multiverse. Did you think for 1 second that was even a possibility? They were going to Spider-Verse this thing?
No. I didn't think that was actually going to happen.
No, because it's not. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
People's heads would be spinning.
Yeah.
Even though I told you that when it happened, you were like, it's okay, they can do it. But
I mean, I'm sure if they tried, they'd probably do okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, well, this movie, particularly when they do the, like, Spider-Man on acid, where he's, like, fighting himself and he's jumping through. Yeah. I love that because it just shows that Marvel doesn't care anymore. They don't care. People probably were like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I got that feeling was when I watched Doctor Strange, and it was like all this crazy nonsense.
Yeah, yep.
And like,
I was saying that it reminded me of that a lot.
I was like, oh, they've established their footing, and they're like, now we're gonna go insane, and if you're not with us, then you're not with us.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly,
everyone's with them.
Everyone's with them. Yeah, I have written on my notes Spider-Man on drugs. I love that. Oh, and I remember, because it happens in the video game. Sorry for the video game. He gets part of this virus and he goes crazy, and I remember thinking, man, that'd be so cool if they did it in a movie. And they did.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm noticing a lot about these Spider-Man movies directed by Jonathan Watts is that he likes a good twist.
He does like a good twist.
We had the Vulture twist.
Yep.
And we have like 17 different twists.
There's a lot, yeah.
In this movie. The biggest twist being that Peter Parker has a new dad and his name's Happy Hogan. Did you like that? Were you feeling that?
That was really funny.
Were there any jokes that didn't land at all? Like Flash, Instagram living, anything that was like...
I wasn't crazy about Flash's role.
Until the very end. Because I'm like, who cares about Flash? Yeah. But then he gets... Did you notice when he gets his butler? And he's like, oh, Mom couldn't make it? And the butler's like, no. And then it just cuts away.
Yeah.
So they're going to do something with it. Yeah. Maybe there's the Venom. No, thank you.
But no, yeah.
No, yeah?
I didn't like it. It was
just... You weren't feeling Flash?
It was just typical. Because I liked him in the first movie.
Well, it's like the same thing. He was less of a bully in this one, though. He was just kind of there.
Yeah. I liked his role, though.
The second time I watched it, when Spider-Man's reading all the texts, Flash's text says, Mom, why haven't you texted me back? It's been 3 days. So they're setting something up with him and his mom that he's going to become like a sympathetic. Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah, because that's what these Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland have done so well, is that they gotta shake it up. They gotta be different. Because the biggest complaint with Amazing Spider-Man is that it was just the first Spider-Man, just with a different actor.
Yeah.
And a different cast.
Yeah.
And the lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, where to hide, Peter. And the one thing that they did differently was his parents being like spies. No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. His dad survived. Okay.
His dad
This is a
survived.
different movie. Yeah, we talked about Twist. MJ.
Love her.
She's great. She's
So
great.
good. So good.
She's so.
I actually want I want a TV show.
Yeah.
Just Tom Holland, Zendaya.
Interesting. On Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Tom Holland. I saw in an interview. He was like, "I'll be Spider-Man until I can't walk anymore."
I've been watching a lot of interviews.
I love that because you could tell Andrew Garfield at the second one was like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
Same thing with Tobey Maguire. Did you know this? Tobey Maguire was filming a movie. I don't want to say which one it is because I don't know. Before he filmed Spider-Man 2 and he hurt his back. Okay?
Okay.
And they were going to recast him before they shot Spider-Man 2. Do you have one guess as who they were going to recast Tobey Maguire as? Or recast Spider-Man as?
I have no idea.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Seriously?
How crazy is that? He was going to be Spider-Man. So he's been circling the Spider-Man universe for decades.
That's crazy.
There's 2004. It's been decades.
I didn't even know he was alive then.
2005. You didn't... What?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I knew he was alive. I didn't know he was big then.
Yeah. No, he was... Well, he wasn't... Like, Tobey Maguire wasn't big. He was just Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Gyllenhaal, again, great. MJ, great. Ned is kind of a side character in this one. He doesn't get a lot to do.
No.
He wasn't the guy in the chair.
He was funny though.
He's also looking at least 25. He looks old.
He survived the blip.
No, he didn't.
He didn't? He got blipped?
They're in the same. They're in the same class.
All the people had to restart the year though.
No. The Asian kid Brad got blipped or did survive. He was 5 years younger.
Flash got blipped.
No, yes he did. Yeah.
He survived.
No, he didn't. He did not survive. He did not survive.
Then what was the joke on the plane?
That he got an ID.
Oh, that's all
that
that
said
was?
he was because he was born
Oh.
in. So what's the year? So it's 2020.
I don't know.
It's like 2023. We'll say it's 2023. If Flash is a junior, or if he's a sophomore, in 2017, okay?
Yeah.
That would mean he is 16.
Yeah.
In 2023, he would be 20, almost 23, 22.
Yeah.
So when he went to go get his license, probably, because they probably all had to get new licenses,
Yeah.
he says, "Look, I was born in 2001.
Oh.
And that's how he gets.
Okay.
And then MJ, because she's amazing, says, "This man's only 12." Yeah, so we talked about Spider-Man, the twist.
Did you like Ned and his love life?
Yeah, that was funny. It was just funny how it was typical high school romance. It was like, oh, we broke up. And you know what's funny? They will probably have gotten back together and broken up like 3 more times before we see the next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fine. And you know that Betty is Betty Brant, who works for Jameson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Betty Brant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The one who gives Tobey Maguire the checks.
Yeah.
So she'll end up working for the Daily Bugle down that. We'll get to there.
All right.
So the end of the movie was amazing. And here's why this movie's better than Homecoming. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Because the action was grounded, just like Homecoming. But in Homecoming, I never thought like, oh man, how is Peter gonna do this? Like, I never once was like gripping my seat. I was like, he's gonna save. You know, First of all, there was nobody really in danger at the end of Homecoming.
Yeah,
if Vulture gets that technology, like eventually he's gonna sell it, but no one's gonna die.
Yeah.
With like the Coney Island Fair and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But in this, like this was Spider-Man stakes. This reminded me of the train sequence. This reminded me of, like Spider-Man 3 sucks, but the end of the movie I love when him and Harry team up.
Yeah.
That's why this is better, because the stakes, the action is grounded, but the stakes are important. Did you think so or no?
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Want to elaborate?
I don't know.
Did you like the Peter tingle?
That was really funny. That was really funny. I was gonna talk about that.
Go
So
ahead.
were you comparing, like, whenever he got trapped in that thing, he had to use the Peter Tingle to the train scene, or just the whole thing in general? Because that specific part of the fighting reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's just the idea that I'm like, man, how is he gonna like? There's a lot of danger that he's in.
Yeah.
And his web shooters are now, which was hilarious. And Tom
Yeah.
Holland, he spoiled that because in an interview, it's like, you ever watch those interviews where they rip off the Google search?
Yeah.
Um,
I saw that.
it was like, can Spider-Man run out of webs? And he's like, yep, yeah, they can. And I'm like, oh, is he gonna run out of webs? He's gonna run out of webs in this one, and he does.
Oh, I watched it afterwards.
Yeah, but I watched it before, and I was like,
Well, we knew he could run out.
I guess theoretically, but it's never been done before.
Because you in the first one, you saw him making them. So you know he has to rebuild them.
Yeah, and obviously doesn't have it. I actually, do you prefer web shooters or organic, like out of his wrists?
I don't know.
I'm
fine with both.
I think I prefer it out of his wrists because it just makes him that much more of like a super person.
Yeah.
But it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how they do it.
And then, so he runs out of web shooters, and he... Yeah, but to answer your question, like, it felt important.
Yeah.
Like, the Vulture stuff, as good as Keaton was, it didn't feel that important.
Yeah.
So, when he gets the shield, that's clearly a nod to Cap, and people clapped at that. But when he had that thing, the bomb, was that supposed to be Thor's hammer, too?
Yeah.
That's how I took it, because when Cap had the hammer, of course, he just knew how to use it in Endgame. And that was supposed to be Thor's hammer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was good. That was a clappy moment. I think you clapped for that.
I did.
You
I clapped a couple
You
times.
clapped when they smooched. I closed my eyes. Yeah, so he defeats Mysterio like 3 different times. Although I still think Mysterio's alive.
I agree.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, man, I wish they didn't kill him. I'm like, bruh, have you ever seen a Marvel movie?
Yeah.
It took us 22 movies to see Red Skull again, but he's there.
Yeah, he's there. And I think he'll be back.
Yeah, and here is... Okay, I want to talk about the end credit scenes at the end. I want to... Because that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
I want to talk about future Spider-Man movies.
Well, it was weird that the mid-credit scene, that's what they call it, right?
It was just the end of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, the scene itself was fantastic.
I loved it.
But it was just the end of the movie.
It was weird that, like, you sort of need to see that.
Well, do you know why? I guarantee they filmed the movie, and they're like, okay, the movie's done. We have the after-credit scene where it turns out that Nick Fury is Talos and his wife.
Yeah. And
they were like, well, what's going to be the other scene? And they were probably like, let's just cut it right when he swings away, and we'll make that the first mid-credit scene. Right. I wonder how many Marvel movies you could do that with. Because this one, I've never had that reaction to where it's like, oh, this is literally seconds after the movie ended.
Yeah.
Maybe not even seconds, like a second after.
Yeah. No, he literally dropped her off and swung away. No, he dropped her off and then he was there, right?
They swung and they like passed a billboard.
Yeah.
And then it was the other side of the billboard.
Yeah.
Is what they came, or building, or something like that.
It was Times Square.
Okay.
Right?
I think so. I don't know. I've never been to New York.
It's not true.
What was it? Oh, the future of the MCU. Okay, so here's the thing about Mysterio. He's not a superhero. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's intellectually, obviously, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, if they don't do this, first of all, if Mysterio's dead, then he's dead.
Yeah.
If he's alive, do you have any idea what you think they should do with him?
In the comics, do you know he was actually a superhero?
He was actually like an illusionist.
Yeah.
But in this, it was a little too, like, he emulated Doctor Strange. Like, that's what he did.
Yeah. I can see him somehow getting something.
Okay.
Or, like, teaming up with someone.
Okay, that's where I'm going with this. They need to do the Sinister Six.
Oh.
Do you remember in Amazing Spider-Man 2,
yes,
that awesome scene where the man in the hat
we talked about this a little bit.
walked through, and you see Vulture's wings, you see Doc Ock's arms or whatever.
Yeah, they set up for it. And then
should create and lead them, and he should be their guy in the chair.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have superpowers.
That'd be really good.
But he could use the technology.
So who would you want to see in
So
there?
you have Mysterio.
Would he count if he's just the man in the chair?
Yeah, you have to, because there's too many. You have Vulture.
Is he just in jail?
Yeah. I don't know how that works now with the blip, but I guess he's technically in jail.
Okay.
You have Scorpion, who is also in jail. He's the one who asks, who's Peter?
Yeah.
Because he has like a scorpion tattoo.
Yeah.
So is that 3? Yeah, that's 3.
It's 3.
You have Venom, technically.
Maybe.
They said at some point they will cross over. They just don't know if it's going to be Tom Holland in the Venom movie or vice versa.
Oh, okay.
It's easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if they decide to do Sinister Six, you have Venom. And you have 2 people left to introduce in the next movie.
Give me new people.
Nope.
Yes.
Doc Ock
No.
and Norman Osborn.
Give me new people.
You cannot have Spider-Man without Green Goblin and Doc Ock. You can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
I want new villains.
That's so boring.
How's that boring?
Oh, yeah, I know. Then you can have Rhino and you can have
the
Tiger guy.
No, Rhino's ruined. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Spider.
No, I think they should introduce those characters.
No.
But I don't necessarily want them as...
Get Matt Damon. Listen to this. Get Matt Damon to play Norman Osborn. Now are you in?
I don't want him to be a villain.
And
I think you should put him in the movie, sure.
And get Mark Hamill to play Doc Ock. Are you in?
No.
Or are you out?
I'm out.
Well, that's why you're not in the writer's room.
Neither are you.
You're right.
I just want new people, man.
But Mysterio needs to lead the Sinister Six.
I think they can definitely do that.
What about Lizard? You don't want Lizard. Electro.
I'd like to see them actually try to do Electro right.
You want to see villains that they've done badly. Okay, so you want Sandman. What about Sandman?
I'd be okay with Sandman.
Okay, so you don't want to see villains...
So Doc Ock and the Goblin, they did so good.
I get it. I just can't see a Spider-Man. It's like having a Venom movie without Spider-Man.
They did it.
Yeah, and it kind of stunk.
Never saw it.
We'll watch it at some point. So that's one thing. The other thing that is so obvious, and I don't think they had the guts to do it, but I never thought they'd bring back J.K. Simmons, is that the next movie needs to start with, I could literally see it right now. Someone in an orange jumpsuit is walking into a courtroom, and it's Peter Parker, because he needs a trial, because he's accused of killing all these people.
Okay.
And he needs a lawyer.
Are you saying
Matt Murdock needs to be Spider-Man's lawyer?
That'd be really cool.
And he needs to have an opening statement where he's given an opening statement, and at the end, and he says, "And we shouldn't punish people with special abilities." And then it cuts to the Marvel logo, and it flips, and the movie starts.
That'd be really cool.
I just literally gave myself the chills.
We've been talking about putting the shows in forever. Yeah,
but forget everybody else. I'm sorry, Jessica Jones was okay the first season. Luke Cage was not great. Iron Fist was... Actually, I kind of liked Iron Fist. But that's beside the point.
But Daredevil, good.
First of all, it's obvious that he's going to be on trial in the next... He needs to be. He's been accused of mass murder.
Yep. Then bring in William Fisk.
Exactly!
Because William Fisk is so good.
Take out Doc Ock and put Fisk in as one of the...
Like the Fisk they already developed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
So now you only need one more.
Yep.
And you can have Electro or Sandman.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I know.
It's right there in front of them.
It's right there.
And here's the thing. When they canceled Daredevil, like when they canceled all these shows, they didn't release any statement. But when they canceled Daredevil, the last sentence, to a degree, was like, Daredevil will live on.
Yeah.
So where is he?
Oh.
He's in New York.
He's being a lawyer.
With Foggy and Karen. How great would that be?
I mean, if they ever merged them, Foggy and Karen would barely be in it.
But they'd be in it enough.
They'd be in it.
They'd be sitting there with him.
Yeah.
You'd have one scene where they all visit him and...
Yeah.
Or, you know what you could do? You could have Fisk and you could have Punisher be in the Sinister Six. But Punisher's the one that's like, I don't want to... And he, like...
But Punisher would...
That's the point. That's Spider-Man's in. Spider-Man connects with Punisher and he's like, bro, you're a good dude. And then...
How would they do that, though?
I don't know.
Think
about Endgame.
No, I know. But hear me out. Daredevil and the Punisher were so like I was like rated R.
Well,
bloody.
I know.
Like, how would they do that?
The only difference would be the action. Like, they don't curse. They don't curse as much. They don't say the F word. The only reason it's rated R is because of the action.
Yeah.
So they have to tone down the action.
The action was...
It's brutal.
So much of the shows.
Yeah. But you can still have the... Imagine... Oh my god. Imagine...
With Spider-Man?
Here's how you get him out of jail. Halfway through the movie, because he's been in jail.
Fisk is in jail right now.
No, he's not. He's out. But he's in his penthouse.
Oh. You're right.
Imagine this. Matt Murdock is talking to Peter Parker in jail, and the world already knows he's Spider-Man, so we don't have to worry about him with the mask.
Yeah.
Or we could retcon that, which I'll tell you in a second. And Fisk gets on the loudspeaker, and he's like, I have both of you in this jail. You're not making it out of this alive. And Matt Murdock and Peter Parker have to fight their way out of jail, and...
It's one take.
It's one long take.
Oh!
How good would that be?
It would be amazing.
It would be Amazing Spider-Man. I feel like it's really easy. It's easy. Just do it.
I know.
And the movie needs to be called Spider-Man Homesick. Because he's going to be in jail the whole movie.
I wouldn't want him to be in jail the whole movie.
Okay.
But...
Half the movie. No, I've looked up words that, like, are terms that have the word home in it that have to do with, like, a courtroom. Found nothing. But I think that's what it's got to be. It's got to be that. And here's the thing. Halfway through, or at the end of the movie or whatever, he's found not guilty. So half the city believes he's not Spider-Man. Half the city does. The cops do, so the cops hate him. And J. Jonah Jameson believes that he's still Spider-Man. So he hates him. And that's how it works.
That'd be great.
Or J. Jonah Jameson doesn't.
And they flip it a little?
And he feels bad that he's been trashing Peter Parker because, I'm so sorry I associated you with a criminal like Spider-Man. Come work for me.
Oh.
Take pictures for the Bugle.
That'd be cool.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's easy. Let's talk about J.K. Simmons.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's unbelievable. And people, let me try it again. I've been seeing people say, see, multiverse, it's true. Are you stupid?
That was purely for the fans.
That was a stunt cast.
Yeah.
That was purely for the fans. I wouldn't be shocked if he's not in another one. He will be. But I wouldn't be shocked if he wasn't.
Oh.
Because, I hate to reference the game again, but when you play the game, Spider-Man listens to podcasts, and he listens to J. Jonah.
Yeah.
So while you're swinging through the game, you hear J. Jonah Jameson like, you suck, Spider-Man. So I wouldn't be surprised if you just hear him in the background.
Yeah.
But if they want to, not retcon, but change it up to where... I don't
know what retcon is.
It's where, so... Okay. I didn't think I was going to have to explain this today. Retcon is like, if Rise of Skywalker comes out and Luke is alive and they don't explain how he's alive, they retcon that he died in The Last Jedi.
Okay.
He's just alive.
Okay.
The Halloween movie that just came out recently with Mike Myers, is that the Halloween guy?
I don't know.
But the one that just came out recently?
Okay.
Takes place right after the first Halloween. So 2, 3, and 4 are retconned. They don't count anymore.
Oh, okay.
They haven't happened.
Okay.
So that's what a retcon is.
Got it.
But that's not what they would do. They would just make it something.
Yeah.
That he says, I'm sorry that I associated with you with Spider-Man, work for me, kid. And that's how he works for him. And Betty works for him. And she's like, Pete, I can get you a job. Something like that.
Yeah. What is MJ?
Well, she's usually an actress, but
That-
she's not Mary Jane.
Yeah.
She's Michelle, so she's gonna like be like a
scientist.
Yeah. In the game, she's a reporter. And I don't really like that.
I can't see them making her a reporter though.
Here's the thing, though. I was hoping that the next Spider-Man would take place at least like a year after, but they can't. It's got to pick up like right after. I need to know what happens.
I mean, or they can just flashback.
Yeah. So I think we hit on everything. Oh, okay. So we talked about J. Jonah. I like how you said in the theater everyone was like, "Oh, it's J. Jonah Jameson," and I said, "Oh, it's J.K. Simmons."
Yeah.
Sam Jackson as a Skrull. Thoughts? You didn't like it. Unnecessary.
I don't know what to think of it. Like.
So here's the thing.
What's the point of it?
I'll tell you the point.
Okay.
I keep calling him Sam Jackson. Nick Fury, okay?
Yeah.
Has seen super soldiers, people from other planets, snaps, infinity stones. The last thing he would be doing is trying to give Spider-Man glasses and fighting elemental creatures on Earth, okay? He's bigger than that.
Okay.
But we need his presence on Earth, so Talos is like, I'll just pretend to be you. I'll give the kid the glasses. Like Nick Fury was not supposed to be, like, in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just Peter gave Gyllenhaal the glasses, and now we have this whole thing.
Yeah.
So they're not prepared for this.
That's true.
He needs to be in space, like, protecting Earth.
Yeah.
So I get why people say it was unnecessary, but
it makes sense.
Would you rather him not be in the movie? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually asking you. Would you rather him not be in the movie at all?
Well, who else would fill that role?
No one. He would just get the glasses. Happy would just be like, here's the glasses.
Well, you needed someone else to be there.
Right, to pull him in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it depends on who did that.
And it fixes the plot hole of why is Nick Fury acting like an idiot? Because he's not Nick Fury.
Yeah.
It's Talos. And I love that character from Captain Marvel. That was my favorite character from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Is the Skrull. I guess they don't age.
Yeah.
This was fun.
It was fun.
Any last words? Oh, any last words? Before I snap your neck. How about you give it a rating? I give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9.5.
You know what's funny? When I showed you Stuckman's review, you were like, a B+? Why is that bad? That's a 9.
I thought it was better than a B+. Like, when you get a B+ in school, you're just like, eh.
It's a 90.
Yeah, if you get a B+, like, eh.
Really? Yeah. I'm shooting for that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, listening. That's our spoiler-filled review. How long has that been? It has been 27 minutes.
Not bad.
That's a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you like what you see here, please be sure to subscribe because
it's free after all.
No charge to you.
Join the Patreon.
No, I forgot. Wait. Rewind. Patreon link in the description below. You can get free commentary. No, you can't. You can get commentaries, full commentaries. We're going to have more samples coming out soon. Also links to the Instagram where you can comment things, and I'll read them on here once in a while. I don't get a lot of comments, so I don't read them. That one person that commented on my Star Wars thing, I'm talking to you right now, they commented, your guys' reaction to Rise of Skywalker, it made it seem like Disney didn't ruin Star Wars with the first 2 movies. I respectfully disagree. Be sure to subscribe because it is free after all. No charge to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.